Good morning, everybody. My name is Eric Giroux, and this is Christy Giroux. We are here from Prime Fitness in Rockville, Maryland. Today, we are here to talk to you about some exercises that you can do while pregnant in a safe, effective manner to create yourself some strength training, a little bit of metabolic burn for some calorie burning as well, too, and maybe even a little bit of low back relief along the way. So the first things we're going to get into are all exercises with a stability ball. We might have a few other tools to help us out along the way today, but we're going to get started with the chest press. So if you're ready, here we go.
All right, guys, here we go. We're going to begin with Christy's chest press exercise. But before we begin, I want you to remember that you should always consult your physician first before beginning any exercise program. Make sure that you're ready and your baby's ready to engage in an exercise program so that everything's safe and healthy. Christy is 6 months along, so this is a completely safe and effective workout program for her. But again, everybody's a little bit different, and you can modify this as you need to. All right, here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is Christy walk out onto the stability ball with her head and shoulders on the ball and her butt bridged up in a nice bridging pattern. Her arms are out, squared up, and she's going to begin chest press with about a couple repetitions for us so we can see what we want to look like. Nice, slow, and steady. Things I want you to think about, guys, is making sure that you are controlling the weights and not letting them control you. You can also see that Christy's lifting 20-pound dumbbells. Ladies, I want you to know that you can lift heavy weights. It's okay. It's good for you. It's going to build some strength. You probably should be doing it. It's going to help you along the way, support the weight of your baby as you're carrying it along the way, and any kind of muscles you need to keep your upper body nice and strong. First thing we're going to do is have Christy hold the ball above her head. She's going to stand in a distance that feels comfortable for her because, as you know, your hips are changing. So she's going to keep her feet apart a little bit and maybe even toed out some. That's comfortable for her and that's completely okay. And then from there we're going to have her to squat down. She'll sit back in a chair. Good. As you can see, she's got great postural alignment through this position. Everything looks good. She's loading her hips nicely. Her legs are doing a bunch of work. Shoulders are doing a bunch of work. She's keeping space between her shoulders and ears. And I think she's probably even getting a little bit of a heart rate jump there. We'll have her do one more. Excellent. All right, guys, third exercise. We're going to go into a stability ball plank on her forearms and toes. Again, this might be a little bit challenging for everybody, so you might need to come down to your knees if this is a little bit too hard for you. So we're going to have her start on her forearms and then walk her legs out behind her so that she's on her toes. And if you can look and see, we want to make sure she has a nice straight back. We're going to ask her to squeeze her tush together so that she's got a nice hold of her plank. And you can see she starts to shake a little bit, and that's okay. Through pregnancy, your abs start to change direction and they change shape a little bit. So it's important to try and keep them as strong as you can. She's doing an awesome job. There's not a whole lot else to talk about other than looking at how strong her posture is and how much we want her to keep it there. We're going to have her go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then ask her to stand up, roll the ball back in. Fourth exercise. This is a stability ball bridge. This is a great, great exercise for some glute activation, getting your butt turned on a little bit. It will also help with some lower back relief. It forces you to engage your abs as well too and stay really strong through your core, which is starting to get a little weaker as you get more pregnant. So we're going to have Christy walk out, put her head and shoulders on the ball. As you can look, her ankles and knees are squared off against the floor, and she's in a nice straight plank position. From here, all we're going to have her do is drop her hips down, bring her hips right back up, squeezing her tush together every time. She wants to think about trying to hold a $1,000 bill between her butt cheeks. That's right, I said it. Because we want to really get a firm hiney here, and that's what's going to help drive her up off the floor. Notice the ball's not rolling, her feet aren't extending, her legs aren't extending, she's staying in one position, just moving up and down. Now, as best as she can, we'd also want to try and draw her abs in as she's pushing up. But as you know, the further along in pregnancy you get, the harder that becomes, and you have to really rely on getting your butt to do some work. All right, fifth exercise in our circuit is going to be a single arm row. And we're going to use the help of the stability ball to kind of keep us in balance, and she has a little bit of support as well too for her core structure. Notice she's got both of her knees soft, and her back leg, she has her heel off the ground. Important so that you can move fluidly through this motion. We're basically going to ask her to pull the dumbbell straight up, engaging her lat muscle. You want to think of starting the lawnmower. That's what I always tell people. Think of starting the lawnmower. If you watch her shoulder first, watch her engage her shoulder. She pulls it back, and then pulls it up. That is really important because as our posture changes, or I should say your posture changes through pregnancy, you will notice that your upper back starts to get a little bit more sore and it gets a little bit harder to do things. So keeping it strong is really, really important. Last but not least, folks, we're going to talk about a little bit of a cool down and a stretch exercise to help release some of the tension that you feel in your lower back and maybe possibly through your upper back and spine, because again, we talk about it a lot. Your posture changes a great deal through pregnancy. Here, Christy has her arms extended on the stability ball, and she has tucked her pelvis under so that she can get a nice stretch down her lower back. If she was to arch her back, Christy, show an arch back, that's not what you want. You don't want to have that. You want to go the other direction and feel that you're C-rounded under. You've got a nice posterior tilt to your hips, and she's getting an awesome stretch down her lower back, and it really helps to relieve the tension and stress in your lower back. And then she can even begin to pelvic rock if she wanted to too. And that really helps the lumbar region as well. Notice it's just getting tough the further along you get because it's hard to engage your abs. But she's doing an awesome job. She's stretched out her lats, her upper body, and this is a nice way to cool down after a tough workout.
So in recap, guys, today's workout focused on basically some pretty big moves for the body. A squat, a push, a pull, and then a couple of core moves as well too. We wanted to make sure that we got the strength training that we needed. We created a metabolic burn as well too to kind of get our heart rate up some. And we had a little stretch there at the end. What I want to see you guys do is take these 5 exercises in a circuit. Do one after the other. Try and take as little rest as you can. So let's try and do each exercise for 30 to 45 seconds and then go right into the next exercise. Again, listen to your body. Know that you are your own best judge of how hard you want to work. If it doesn't feel good, you slow down. If you feel like you can do a little bit more, maybe, hey, you do it even a little bit longer. But no, you want to try and do that 2 or 3 circuits if you can. And if you can do that 3 to 4 days a week right now, it'll help you feel strong. It'll help you alleviate some stress and tension in your lower back and through your whole body as it just gets tough in pregnancy. We hope this helped a lot. Keep your eyes open for a few more tips coming this week as we've got some more videos coming. If you ever have any questions, feel free to email us at info@primefitnessmd.com and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thanks.